Hello and welcome to BSTEC 120, Introduction to Windows and Microsoft Office. BSTEC 120 is a 5-credit class. It's what we call variable credit, which means you may be taking the 2-credit option, the 3-credit option, or both options for a total of 5 credits. You get to decide which credits you're taking out of a total of 6 options. The 6 choices you have for credits are Windows, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Access, and Outlook. So based on how many credits you're registered for, 2, 3, or 5, you pick which of these credits you're planning to take. If you are a paralegal student, you have specific requirements on which credits you need to take. Please see your instructor as soon as possible. The other thing that's very different about BSTEC 120 is that the credits are self-paced. In other words, there aren't any due dates. It's very flexible. You get to complete homework and take exams when you're ready for them. This works out really wonderfully for many students to have flexibility to work with their work or childcare schedules or whatever else is going on in their lives. However, with all of this flexibility, we have to have some rules. The biggest rule is you can't complete more than 1 credit per week. The reason we have this rule is because some students may procrastinate with all this flexibility, and they may put off until tomorrow something they could do today. Then at the end of the quarter, we wind up in a situation where there are multiple credits to be completed and it's the last week of the quarter. That means you'll be cramming, staying up all night, not learning very much, and more importantly, not retaining very much information. So in order to not have this happen as much as possible, we have a rule which means that you can complete or earn no more than 1 credit per week. So in exchange for all this flexibility is responsibility on your part. Please don't wait until the end of the quarter. Make a schedule and pace yourself. Get your credits done early so you're not in the situation where at the end of the quarter you have multiple credits to complete. This will also impact your grade, which is really important. Your instructors will be emailing and messaging regularly about this throughout the quarter, so please pay attention to those messages from your instructor. How do we get going in this class? There are 2 things you need to get started. The first is you need access to Canvas, which is our online classroom, canvas.highline.edu, or click on the link from the Highline homepage. The second thing you need is access to Cengage Unlimited. We get a lot of our learning material from Cengage, and you will, through the Highline bookstore, purchase a software code that allows you access to all of that material. Everything you need, including Cengage material, is accessed through Canvas. In this presentation, I'm not going to go through how to set up your Cengage user ID. There is really good information and help on that in Canvas. But you will need both of these things, Canvas and Cengage Unlimited, to get started in this class and to access all of the material that is in Canvas. So just to summarize, 6 credits to choose from. Each credit is set up exactly the same. In each credit, we will learn by either reading the ebook and doing the training. We'll practice, again, by doing what we call training. We'll also do a series of projects that will help us practice what we're learning. We'll assess your learning using case problems and an exam. And at the end of every credit, to complete it, you'll take what's called a unit exam. So let's look at each of these components separately. To learn the material, there's two things you can do. One is optional and one is required. The ebook is optional. Some students learn really well by reading, and if that's you, I encourage you, read the ebook. You can access it through Canvas. Everyone else, everybody actually, is required to do what we call SAM training. SAM is just the name of the tool. Training is how we learn and how we practice. You access the SAM training through Canvas. There are 3 parts to the training: observe, practice, and apply. In the observe mode, you're just observing. You're observing the system teaching you, using the mouse, a series of steps so that you can master a skill. In the practice mode, you do those steps yourself in response to prompts that come up on the screen. But you're doing it yourself using the mouse and the keyboard. In the apply step, you demonstrate that you've mastered the skill without any prompts. So you can do it all by yourself, all on your own. The apply step is mandatory, and it's what you have to do in order to earn credit for the SAM training. There are 17 tasks in this bundle right here, okay? And there are multiple training modules depending on which credit you're in. Many, many training modules. Each module will have a different number of tasks. For each task in the training, you will need to complete the apply step to demonstrate that you've mastered the material. And that will also give you points in the gradebook. You can do the SAM training as many times as you want to learn and practice the material. I'm not going to go into the training in this presentation. There are excellent videos in Canvas for help. For practice, we practice also using SAM training, which we just talked about, and we practice using what are called projects, SAM projects. SAM projects are using a real-life scenario. For example, in Microsoft Word, you'll be given a Word document and a set of instructions. You'll follow the instructions to make edits or changes in the Word document using the skills that you learned in the training. When you're all done with the Word document in the instructions, you'll submit it in Canvas and it's auto-graded by SAM. SAM, the software. After you get your results, you can fix your mistakes and submit it again up to 5 times because this is a tool for practice and learning. When you get to 75%, then you're done and you'll get full credit for the project. So you don't need to keep going and try to get 100% unless, of course, you want to. But at 75%, you will get full credit for the project. There are excellent videos, again, in Canvas for help on how to do a SAM project. After you've learned and practiced, then we need to assess how you're doing. How well have you learned this material? We'll do that in one of 2 ways. We'll do that using an exam called a SAM exam, and we'll also have some homework that you turn in that's graded by your instructor. The SAM exam is based on the training, and you will have 3 tries to answer or do, using the mouse and the keyboard, to do each skill correctly. It's open book, open note. 3 tries to answer each question correctly, and you get to take the exam 1 time. The case problem homework is also, again, in Canvas. Everything's in Canvas. This is homework that you submit directly to your instructor, who will grade it and give you individual feedback. You get to do the case problem homework 1 time. When you're all done learning and practicing and assessing, to complete each credit, you'll do what's called a unit exam. The unit exam completes the credit. You'll need a password from your instructor. Email your instructor and they'll check to make sure everything is complete and that you're ready to go. Once you have the password, you'll have 90 minutes to complete the unit exam. Open book, open note. When you're finished, your instructor will let you know how you did and what your grade is for the unit, and then you'll advance or progress on to the next credit. So that's how we do it for every credit. We learn through SAM training and the ebook. We practice using SAM training and projects. We assess ourselves to see how we're doing with a SAM exam and case problem homework. At the end of the unit, we take a unit exam to complete the credit. Every credit is set up exactly the same. And because it's so important, I'm going to give this its own slide. Don't forget, you can earn or complete 1 credit per week. All right, so that means training, SAM exam, projects, case problem homework, unit exam. All of that makes up 1 credit, and you can complete all of that in 1 week for 1 credit. You can't do more than 1 credit per week. So very important, especially as we get toward the end of the quarter. Okay, how to be successful in this class. This is a super fun class because it's a fun topic. It's really useful. It's stuff that we're going to use in our jobs all the time. The tools for learning and assessment are pretty engaging and useful. And they're also really flexible. You know, how fast you move through this material is really up to you. Just don't get behind. Don't get behind and practice. Don't memorize the steps in the training. Think about what it is that you're doing and how it's applicable to the work that we do in everyday real life. If you need help, you want to know how you're doing, what your grade is, if you have an issue with a SAM project or a SAM exam and you feel like it didn't grade you correctly, come see us in our office hours, send us an email, make an appointment using bookings. Those are all really, really great things to do. We're here to help you. All right? Don't try and do it all in the classroom. You'll need some help. You'll need to spend a significant amount of time outside the classroom. But again, we are here to help you. Thanks. Good luck. And I'll see you either online or in the classroom.